Hello and welcome. I hope you are really excited about hypnotherapy and the magic of hypnotherapy and the potential and the possibilities that it opens up for you and for the world. What I want to make sure of is that by the time we finish this video, by the time you've watched what I'm going to share today, you are 10 times more excited, 10 times more happy and confident and clear about what hypnotherapy really is and just how much potential it offers. So what I'm going to talk about is the biggest myth. And everybody has experienced this at some time or other, this myth, the Hollywood definition. The problem here is thinking that hypnosis equals control. Got to get this sorted today. We need to sort this out today. And it's not, incidentally, what's really interesting, it's not that hypnosis doesn't equal control. Hypnosis does equal control. It's just not remotely what people think. Okay, so the Hollywood definition is the look into my eyes and you're going to go all wobbly and weird and I'm going to make you do stuff and I'm going to kind of tell you to go and rob the bank and you're going to go and get me all the money and that kind of thing, which of course is utter nonsense. I probably don't need to tell you that. But there's more subtle versions. There's much more subtle versions where you see this a lot today, unfortunately. I've got to say, quite kind of distasteful is the whole manosphere, whatever you call it, some of the male blogging, etc. communities online that we've all seen or heard of, where there's this coercion, control kind of vibe. And sometimes you see this kind of idea that these guys are going to teach you how to control people, especially women, how to be in control, how to make people do what you want them to do. And it's really distasteful and again, totally inaccurate, as I'll explain in a moment. The other way that you see this, probably a bit more light-hearted or a bit more natural every day. And I've been doing this for over 25 years, so I'm going to, I've actually been doing this a lot longer, but I've been working professionally in this field over 25 years. So this hasn't changed very much. Number one, stage hypnosis, which I have no views on in any way, shape or form. It's just because people often their first experience isn't the hypnotherapy, it's not the therapeutic application, it's the stage entertainment application. And people walk away from the stage shows thinking, oh, this guy can make me bark like a dog, this guy can make me sing like Elvis. And again, it's suggesting control. Even though it's light-hearted, it's suggesting I can make you do something, okay? And nothing could be further from the truth. People who get up on stage and bark like a dog and sing like Elvis are part of the fun, they're having fun. They are very much in control, interestingly. And being given a mechanism and a very, very, very powerful mechanism and vehicle to help them to be in control. Because guess what? On a Friday night, if they're not at the stage hypnosis show, they're just out with their friends, drinking, having fun, whatever. They're usually pretty extroverted people. Usually, there's exceptions. But they're often, they're singing like Elvis and running around barking like a dog anyway, quite frankly. So nothing's changed there. The other thing is, for me personally, a lot of people will come to me and, certainly when I used to do a lot of stop smoking work and things like that years ago, they'd say, can you make me stop smoking? I want to pay you to make me not be scared of flying or not be scared of public speaking. Now, I can help people with all those things. You can. Hypnotherapy, the therapeutic application of hypnosis, is very well understood and very well proven to be able to help people to quit smoking, remove phobias, etc., etc. Can be very effective with chronic pain used properly, can help people in lots and lots of ways we're going to talk about. Fundamentally though, it's not making them do anything, quite the opposite. So I don't want to be seen or known as a person who makes people do things. I would never want to do that. But if you want something, if you want to quit smoking, you want to lose weight, you want to feel good about yourself, you want to have higher self-esteem, you want to get, work on pain, you want to, there's some quite bizarre ones. You want to remove warts or something like that, or skin conditions that have got a psychological aspect to them. Hypnotherapy can help, absolutely. But is it going to make you do something? No. And that's the myth we need to get past. And let me give you another perspective on this and explain why this is the case, okay? Let's just get rid of this myth completely. Because here's the thing. hypnotherapy is about control, but it's about you becoming in control. Here's where the misunderstanding comes from. Depending on where you are in the world, you might be you might not. Behaviorism, behaviour. Let's get down to behaviour. So your behaviour, what you do. So let's take that example of smoking, quitting smoking. Okay, people vape now, don't they? So I don't know. I've lost touch, but I helped probably thousands and thousands and thousands of people, I wouldn't like to say how many, to quit smoking, which is a behaviour. And most of the things out there that people used to use to quit smoking were focused on behaviour. For instance, patches. Used to put the nicotine patches on your arm. Pills. You know, they came up with some pills you could take. Willpower. Willpower is just arm wrestling with yourself. That's a disaster, because the only person you're trying to beat is yourself, and eventually you will win the other way around. What else? Books, I suppose. There were books. There were, I can't even think. But all things to do with changing your behaviour. Okay. Thing with smoking. Yes, it's got addictive properties to it, but smoking fundamentally is a habit. It's something the more you do, the more you do it, the more you keep doing it. It becomes a habit. It's like, that's what I do. Okay. So behaviour, a habit's just a behaviour that's been repeated and repeated. But we go a bit deeper, and we've got certain beliefs and values. As in, I like that brand of cigarettes, I don't like that brand of cigarettes. So people actually get attached to a brand, the colours, the feel, the particular look, the smell, the taste. If you've never smoked before and you smoke a cigarette, it makes you feel sick, but people get used to it, and they build these beliefs about, you know, smoking is enjoyable, it tastes nice, it relaxes me, it makes me feel relaxed, all of that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to teach you about the theory of quitting smoking here, I'm just trying to show you where this control thing comes from. Okay, we go a bit deeper here. This is the key. Identity. Who is this person? And even deeper, we've got frequency stuff, which is like the energy. Because this identity is who you've learned to be. So if you've decided you're a smoker, you did not come into this world, you did not pop out into this world with a cigarette in your mouth. It didn't happen. So it's not your identity as in what we call your source code identity. It's not who you really authentically are, because there was a version of you before, 14, 15 years before that happened, there was another version. So frequency is like the source code, and all the deeper stuff, any kind of the deeper spiritual philosophies, whatever. There's unseen things going on deep inside your identity of who you really are. Now, this is where the control is happening, is in this area. If you believe, because the authentic you's hidden here, this identity of being a smoker that has developed and become stronger and stronger and stronger by practicing and building appropriate beliefs and values, this identity of being a smoker is controlling everything that happens. So you can do all the patches and the pills, and you can try and make yourself do this. And you can apply this to losing weight, you can apply it to phobias, anything. You're not making yourself hyperventilate every time you have to get on a plane or give a public speech or presentation because you're trying to make yourself do that. This is who you are. This is who you believe you are. So this is where hypnotherapy is incredible. And if you've never experienced real hypnotherapy and change and transformation on the level of who you are as a person, you haven't experienced it being done properly yet. And I don't mean that in a judgmental way or whatever. It's just so many people teach a behavioral, process-based way of doing hypnotherapy. But when hypnotherapy is heart-centered, heart-driven, and aligned and authentic, and it talks to the identity of your client, the person, wow, profound things happen. And you need to experience this yourself more and more, because as you do, you'll realize pretty much anything becomes possible. Because when you believe you're a certain person, the behaviors take care of themselves. When this frequency is working for you, you can literally develop different beliefs. You can see value where you didn't see it before, usually in yourself and your potential, and that creates habits, and that creates the actual behavioural outcomes. Now, a lot of old-fashioned hypnosis, waving the watches and saying you will stop smoking, it's really aimed at controlling some behaviour. the real control's here. You help someone to see their potential, suddenly they do amazing things. I got loads more to tell you about all of this, and I'm going to make you some more videos soon, because it's really important to me that people understand what this is really about, what's really going on, because suddenly you realise this is literally magic in terms of what you can do with it. And like I say, I've been doing it a long time. I've seen profound changes. I've seen a lot of, like, for instance, one of our trainers, Peter, amazing trainer. He's been doing this for a long time. Helped a lot of people, taught a lot of people, helped a lot of clients. But from memory, why did he come into this world in the first place? He had some warts on his fingers. I remember him saying to me, Ed, I'd had these warts. Someone said to me, taught him a simple self-hypnosis technique. He went to bed a few nights in a row and hypnotized himself and imagined himself as this person. Identity, I'm a person, and then these warts are gone, and that's, I'm this new person. And over a few days, whatever, these warts started to go, and eventually he's looking at his fingers and saying they're gone. That's amazing. If I can do that, what else is possible? And that we all have these kinds of experiences. I was very, very lucky. I bumped into a hypnotherapist when I was 15 years old. I learned this just in an hour or two, just this random cosmic thing that happened. And everything I'd learned in my life up to that point changed instantly. Everything went from black and white to colour, just instantly, because I realised there was a different version of me that I could be. I couldn't have explained it intellectually at that point. I was 15 years old, but it clicked. And looking back, it's like, wow, I literally changed as a person. And a lot of people don't want to change. They'll fight changing in terms of identity because they don't want to be a different person. They want to be who they are. But actually, when this is done properly, the person that you become using hypnotherapy, and when you help clients, the person you help your client become is a way more authentic, evolved, abundant version of themselves. It's not a new person they don't know and don't like. It's actually the future them that they've been trying to become. So that's what this is about. And our school, we teach here in New Zealand, but we teach online globally. So wherever you are, if you want us to help you and you're interested in finding out more about hypnotherapy, hey, get in touch. The contact details below, and we'd love to hear from you. We've got a very unique kind of way. Like I say, I've been doing this globally over 25 years now. We've been in New Zealand. We're based in New Zealand, and we've been teaching students here 18, 19 years. Yeah, I think it's a long time. We're not going to put ourselves out there and say we're the best school, as in we're the best trainers, whatever. Our trainers are amazing, actually. Sarah and her team are incredible hypnotherapy trainers. Most of them have come through our school. They're all handpicked. They're all amazing. I'm not going to say, hey, we're better than everybody else. Our value is in uniqueness. We teach people about this uniqueness, about bringing out the strengths. We're strength informed. Okay, we understand trauma informed. We understand best practice and all that, the ethical considerations that a hypnotherapist would have. But we're also very much strength informed. We want our clients to harness the authentic power inside of themselves so that they can start to fix things automatically, because that's real empowerment. But we're unique in that we train hypnotherapy that way at a very, very high standard that's accredited internationally. But we also are absolutely, absolutely committed to one of our core values of impact. That you come into hypnotherapy, if you're here watching this video and you're enjoying it, you're here for one of three reasons. You want to use hypnotherapy to help yourself in some way, to heal, to grow, to transform, to achieve some results. Or you want to learn the skills so that you can help other people in some capacity in your job, in your work. Maybe you work in medical or education or something like that, and you want those skills and you want that confidence. But thirdly, we have people that come to us for training because they literally think, this is exciting. I could have a practice, I could have a business, doing this for other people, something that sets me free, and to be able to do my own thing, flexibility, run my own hours, work from home, have all of those opportunities, but I could actually make a real amazing difference in the world. And that's our core value of impact. If we can help people to do that, the ripple effect from that impact is huge. So many people get helped. And rather than me just being a guy on video with a whiteboard teaching you something that's interesting, actually this ripples out into the world. And if that appeals to you and you want to take this and do something amazing, even if you don't know exactly what the plan is yet, if it just feels like a journey you want to be on, we would really love to hear from you. And if you've got any questions, anything you want to know more about, please leave questions in the comments below, because I'm really keen to show you as much of this world as you want. I mean, I've got so much I can share. I can help you in some very specific ways if I'm really clear what your questions are, what it is that you're looking to achieve. Because imagine using this to overcome a problem or a challenge or a block that you've had for years. Whether it's a small thing, it could be, say small, but it could be something like fear of speaking in public. It could be something like stepping up and telling the world your truth. It could be something big, it could be something small, but there's something that probably you've been putting up with, settling with for years. Imagine waking up and that's gone. Imagine the freedom, imagine your life when you can actually start to plan past that and say, wow, what are my goals? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to hang out with? What do I want this life of mine to be? Imagine being able to actually do that and have the tools and the process to be able to do that, again, in a way where you can help other people as well. It's pretty exciting stuff. By the way, very quickly, I'm going to finish up now. And thank you so much for watching and being here. But if you are keen on training with our school, whether it's online and you're outside of New Zealand or whatever, or whether you're in New Zealand and you want to come to one of our training schools, we've got two things we do. We do face-to-face training here. As far as I know, we're still very much the only national training organisation. We've got a school and trainers in Auckland, Christchurch, Wellington. But we've also got the online training we do, which is the same diploma, same standards, same techniques, tools, same training and support. And those are two different things you choose between face-to-face or online. But we also offer a combination of the two. And usually it's quite a lot more expensive, and you don't pay twice, but it's quite a lot if you want the hybrid. It's definitely the premium, gold standard, what have you. But at the moment, this week, if you're watching this and you're ready to go this week and you want to sign up for our school and you're keen to start your hypnotherapy training journey, we'd love to talk to you more about that. Get in touch because we're going to do a really incredible offer. We've never done this before, but I'm really keen to do it. I think it will be very, very popular. We're going to give you